Sean right here with my co-host Bob Ciccarello on Monday Night Muscle. This is our Monday Night News Brief. We've got the Mr. Olympia Championships coming back to the great state of Florida, Bob, October 7th to the 10th at the Orange County Theater in Orlando.
This is huge news coming out, Sean. As most people know, the Olympia's been in Vegas for most of the years that we've been doing this, the last 14 or 15. Last year, big curveball with COVID and such.
Yes.
Moved to Orlando. The boys had literally 4 weeks to put it together.
In December.
But they kept it there, and I can tell you why they kept it there. I wouldn't be trusting Vegas right now, bro. I know it's home to you and your Raiders, but I wouldn't trust them either.
Well, we had a great show out there, and of course, Jake Wood, Jim Mannion, Dan Solomon, the whole crew have been able to make a little bit of headway this past year with the biggest stage that we've ever had in the Mr. Olympia weekend. This is our 57th weekend, and I heard it's going to be even bigger.
Oh, well, you can count on that. But here's the thing, Sean. What we found out was, we've been used to Vegas for a lot of years now. And listen, Vegas is great. It's Vegas. It's fun. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's the entertainment capital of the world. Mm-hmm. But what we found out was we can put the Olympia anywhere, and it's still the Olympia.
Right.
If it's in Orlando, it can be in Dallas, it can be in New York, it can be anywhere, as it was years ago. But the Olympia, when you walked in there in Orlando at the convention center, it was just Olympia. I mean, you literally could have been in Vegas. You could have been any place. Mm-hmm. They rolled out that red carpet to such a degree for us last year. Well received. Fans loved it, especially the East Coast fans.
Right.
So they made an offer they couldn't refuse, and we're back.
Well, under the circumstances, things went off without a hitch. It was well attended, and we had some great upsets and some repeat champions as well. Prize money was right on point. I'm sure with a whole year of preparation, because mind you, this year, last year in 2020, it changed 3 times. Las Vegas at the Orleans, over to Zappos at Planet Hollywood, and ultimately they wound up in Florida. And now with a full year to go, I think with the whole team in place, a lot of the small nuances that we kind of missed out on, there's some things that we can improve on. And of course, when we improve on that, put the spit and polish on it, it's going to be even bigger and better.
Well, for those that were there, they were treated to a great Olympia, as you saw from the response from the fans after the fact. For those on pay-per-view, they had a great show.
Yes.
So if they thought that was good last year with literally 4 weeks of prep and 2 venue changes, wait till they see what they come out with this year. Jake doesn't do anything small. We both know that. It's not his style. Mm-hmm. Dan and the crew, Martine. And Martine even said last year, now he's the guy that does the music and runs all those lights and the LED
crazy stuff,
screens and all that kind of stuff. He's a master at what he does. But I remember when we saw the stage for the first time, we went, oh my God, look at Martine says, well, I would have liked to have done a little bit more. So I mean, that just shows you where this guy is at when it comes to putting out stuff. And Tamer El-Gindi, of course, the producer of the Olympia, is all about flash. He knows how to sell an event. Yeah,
well, going into my 34th Mr. Olympia Championship, Bob, like you said, once you're inside those 4 walls, it doesn't really matter where you're at, because what you're looking at are the world's best conditioned athletes. And in that being said, this year's lineup, as we go into the 2021 Olympia Series round, where these athletes got a challenge to get their qualifications, it could set up to be a barnstormer. I mean, this could be one. Sure. We talked about 2020 being big. This one could be the one. I mean, Florida hosted the Super Bowl. Yep. They hosted the NBA championships.
Yep, that's true.
And of course, by October, you got to imagine things are going to get kind of back to normal. And for the people that didn't get the chance to experience Disney World, we are a stone's throw away from that as well.
Well, for all the champs that were in there, they got a little bit of a shortened reign this year. I mean, it was in December, and now we're in October. Still later than the September date that it was traditionally in, but I like that. If you remember, actually, back when you were competing in it, it was in October.
Right.
And it kind of creeped its way up into September over the years, not for any reason in particular, other than you get in the venue space and whether it's available and whether it works on the calendar and all that kind of stuff. I have no problem with it in October, even later. November would have been fine with me as well. The only thing I can say is much like the Super Bowl, Sean, I wouldn't mind seeing it move around every year or two.
Well, I think the good thing is that the athletes know early. They have plenty of time, Bob, without hesitation, to plan their trip, plan that experience, plan that extended family vacation in the great state of Florida out in Orlando. And we have all these shows to lead up to that and watch these guys qualify for one of the biggest shows in the world. Our Joe Weider 57th anniversary of the Mr. Olympia weekend takes place October 7th to the 10th. Stay tuned to Monday Night Muscle for more news brief coming up.